Hello, I'm ABX and welcome back to another top 5 video. So let's go through the top 5 ways that Minecraft has changed between the old version of Minecraft Xbox and the brand new version of Minecraft on the Xbox. That is the console edition version of Minecraft versus the Bedrock version, because there's so many changes I've noticed because I play this game for several hours every single day, and this means that some changes are just so shocking to me that they happen after even now 60, 80, 100 hours in. I'm just like, wow, that's different, and I figured some of these changes are ones you might not have encountered yet, so why not share the top 5 crazy changes that I've noticed in these two versions that hopefully you all do enjoy. So like this video if you do like top 5s because it helps out the channel a lot, and let us know you do want to see more of these, and we're doing a bunch of top 5s over the next week or two, so if you want to keep on seeing more of them, then make sure you hit the like button. But with that said, let's get straight into the very fifth one here, because the fifth thing I've noticed in terms of relevance, importance, is actually the enchanting system, which has changed quite a bit. So the enchanting system, you might think, oh yeah, it's exactly the same as the old one. You get enchantment tables, you get anvils, it's all the same stuff, right? However, it's not quite the same, and it's not quite the same for a whole bunch of different reasons. First of all, a lot of the enchantment nerfs that happened in 1.9 on the PC and a similar update on the console did not happen on this version. They're going to happen at some point, but for now that means that sharpness 5 is still incredibly powerful, giving you 13.25 damage. It's 7 by default, so that's an extra 6.25 damage for having sharpness 5, which means that a diamond sword of sharpness 5 is still absurdly powerful, and it means PvP is a lot easier if you get a sharpness 5 sword. So yeah, basically sharpness is a lot more powerful, and you can basically consider sharpness be worth using still, even in situations where you're probably fighting a lot of skeletons and zombies. So yeah, sharpness is more powerful, but also the enchantment system means you can't put certain things on certain things. My favorite example is the fact that, for instance, if you want to put silk touch on a sword, or you want to put silk touch on anything, you can't put enchantments on things you're not meant to, even in creative. So do you want to have for instance a map with silk touch? You can't do that. On the old version you used to be able to put any enchantment on anything if you were in creative. On this version you cannot do that, which I kind of like, because it means in creative you can see exactly what can get enchantments and exactly what can't, and people got confused with the old version, and I guess they fixed out this one. Finally, the last change they made to the enchantment system makes it even crazier, is the fact that now mending and such enchantments, so I've got mending sword over here, mending is now both rarer and also less rare. So it's rarer in the sense that, if you want to find it, you probably have to go further, but it's less rare in the sense that if you want to find mending, previously, the way I got it is I went fishing for a really long time. It was some number of hours, whereas on this version, all you have to do is go explore. Eventually, you'll find a desert temple, you'll find a jungle temple, you'll find something where you can find yourself a mending sword, and that's true for Frostwalker as well. So yeah, basically Frostwalker and mending are both a lot rarer in this update, but also less rare, and also sharpness is more powerful, and also you can't put custom enchantments on weapons even in creative mode. So with that said, let's talk about the fourth biggest change I've noticed, which is probably the variety in exploration. So first of all, the fact that biomes are so much bigger means that going across them is this real trek. I did a stream recently where I crossed the desert for something like 30 minutes. It's a really ridiculously sized desert, or it might be multiple desert, but still, I was in desert for so long, and this means that exploring any biome in Minecraft is a lot more of a task. So for instance, if we go over here past the beautiful car, by the way, I think you'll notice, but if we go past the beautiful car, then you'll notice how we arrive at some biomes which look very different than they used to do on the console. So for instance, you can find swamp biomes which aren't just the swamp like this, they actually have giant swamp lakes, and this isn't just a giant ocean in a lake it kind of looks like down the old console. No, this is just a swamp biome which has a huge lake across it. Again, it's like the swamp lake biome. You did not find this in the old console version because they didn't have space to have 200 blocks to dedicate to a swamp lake, but because this version has infinite essentially worlds, it means you can just find a giant things like this, which is annoying on the one hand, but it's also fascinating when you do find them for the first or second time. There's a bunch of biomes I found for the first time, and I'm like, wow, that's a biome I've never seen before, and in fact I've even been considering making a video on that. But let's talk about for now the fact that there's a bunch of biomes you can find on this version you couldn't find before, and I found that fascinating. The fact that, for instance, finding oceans is rarer, but then you find huge ones. For instance, finding stuff like extreme hills which go higher and are made out of gravel and go much further. There's just so many fascinating things on this version that I figured I'd mention that, yeah, this is one of the big changes in this version versus the old one. Oh, also, mega ravines, for instance, just another example of just holy heck, these ravines go so deep. Literally, this is from the surface to 11, because ravines have no limit to their height, and it just means exploration is so much crazier on this version. The fourth biggest change, I would say. The third biggest change might not seem quite as big of a deal, but it really does seem like it. Again, I feel like there's going to be some amazing use for this sometime. I'm so fascinated by it, and I'm just waiting for what it is. So if you want to experiment and find the next big thing, then I think it's the fact that on this version, snow layers, so that's this block right here, top snow as it's called in this version, one has a different name, so fascinating by itself, right? Top snow, that's crazy. But also If you don't know, top snow can be made to look like this, but also top snow has the interesting side effect of being affected by gravity. So this means that, as you can see, if you place some top snow like that, it will in fact fall down, and this means you can actually have snow which falls on top of something. So exactly what you can do with this that's like so amazing is something I'm still trying to go through, but the fact that you can have a variable layer of block fall means you can do some pretty bizarre things, I imagine. Like, you can make snow happen by having like a snow generator. I'm yet to work out the precise nature of the amazing thing, but the fact that snow falls is amazing because in Minecraft we have gravel, we have sand, and we have anvils. Those are the 3 gravity affected blocks, but exclusively to this version, as best I can tell, top snow falls down like this. And again, I'm just fascinated by this. I've never seen this before, and I feel like there's going to be some amazing use for this at some point in the future. Again, keep your eyes peeled. I've spent a lot of time playing around with it, and maybe I'm going crazy. This is like, madness in Minecraft, but either way, I think it's fascinating, and I hope you all do agree. Let's move on to the second biggest change that I've noticed though, and that probably has to be the the increase in the number of mobs you'll find if you just go around Minecraft. So basically, the old version of Minecraft had strict limits on mobs to keep performance up. This version cares slightly less about performance, but it does give you more consistent results in the gameplay as a result. And that might sound like I'm just saying a bunch of words. So to put it simply, you find more mobs in this version of Minecraft by looking around. Even when you go to fresh places, even if you have a bunch of mobs already, you'll find mobs everywhere. So here's a sheep, and then we go a little bit this way, and we find a pig. Oh, there's another pig. And if we go this way a little bit, then we'll probably find another mob. Here's a donkey. And the fact that you can find so many mobs means that mobs, and therefore food, and therefore everything, is a little bit easier to find. And I really like that personally, because the old version, this is probably only something that affected like big worlds, because they would probably have fixed it otherwise. The old version had this issue where you found like a bunch of mobs the first time you load up a world, then the more stuff you built, it seemed like less mobs that spawned. They'd be trapped on cliffs or something like that, and it was so ridiculous in my opinion, because it meant that, finding mobs was this real challenge. Like, I didn't find a horse for I don't know how many years it was in my Let's Play world, because no horses spawned anywhere in my world, and because finding plains biome was hard, finding like plains biomes and mobs to spawn was hard, and on this version you just find mobs everywhere you go. We go this way, here's some cow, or it's a cow trapped in a pen, but we go this way, here's another cow. We go through the forest, here's some pigs. We want to go this way a little bit, we're going to find non-stop mobs in every direction, because there's no limit to how much they spawn, and this is both a good thing in terms of friendly mobs, and it's also a bad thing in terms of hostile mobs. The game is much harder at night because there is a non-stop supply of zombies. The zombies don't just stop at some point, they spawn as much as they humanly can, and you're going to feel that. So yeah, more mobs, both good and a bad thing, and it's an interesting thing on top of both those things. So yeah, as well as that, the final thing that I've noticed, the biggest change in this version versus the old one, and I know there's going to be a lot of people who play the old console version who are like, that hurts to hear, but I feel like this version, one of the big things it's gotten right in terms of what I enjoy is actually more Minecraft updates. So again, most of these Minecraft updates so far, in fact, every update we've received with this new version has been a bug fix update, but when they do bug fixes, they include brand new features. So although it's a small thing to play around with, I like that they made Snow Door Knockback. I like that they made the inventory. Look at this, it has a green cursor now. The fact that they're changing so quickly, every 10 days, every week and a half, 2 weeks it seems, there seems to be a brand new update coming out, and because there's the beta program, it's, we're getting them the same time as other platforms, which is really, really exciting in my opinion. The fact that we're going to be experiencing brand new content first, which we've done already a couple of times, but also in the future, if a brand new mob comes, when that brand new boss comes, we'll be experiencing it first on console, and that's so huge for me. Not only as someone who plays Minecraft, because I know a lot of you like updates, but also in terms of just so as well as the big excitement of so new updates we'll see first, it's we've also got the added benefit, the secondary big bonus of we'll see new updates first, and we'll see the new content first, and we'll get more of them, and they'll have more features, and it's just a really exciting thing. I will say there's a tiny downside for me as a personal YouTuber. Again, for everyone else, I feel like this is the biggest deal by far. For me as a YouTuber, it's a bit of a downside that there's no secret features in any of these updates, but that's kind of a good thing for everyone watching, because it means if you watch the news video, you get everything. You don't have to watch feature videos, or there aren't secret features that are discovered months after the fact, which is kind of cool, and again, it's great, and it's also a downside. So that's why I really feel updates, the biggest thing. I'm still going to be really excited about old updates, just for those secret features, and for seeing what they do, because 4D Studios are still working on the old version, but the brand new version is just receiving way more updates. We're on 3 updates since it came out, versus 0 for console, and I feel like, console edition that is, and I feel like that's something we'll probably see increase going forward. So yeah, I'm excited personally, and I hope all of you are too. Those are 5 things I've noticed in this brand new version versus the old one. If you did enjoy this video, you can like it and let me know it, you can share it if you really liked it, and you can subscribe if you're around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. So just something quickly, because I've noticed a lot of people will say this, any video that goes over 10 minutes is it's that's clearly a money thing. If you look on my channel, if I was doing it the 10-minute thing to make money, have you seen how many videos on my channel are 9 minutes 56? Can we give me a little bit of credit for that? I just want to quickly mention, because again, there's always going to be some number of comments, like top comment, like, ho, 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 10 minutes. But, like, I'm one of the YouTubers that actually, like, just lets a video be as long as it needs to be. And that's why I just wanted to kind of say at the end here, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the bell because it does, of course, give me that, it gives you notifications on your homepage. YouTube has really just turned, you know, notifications into subscriptions, which I don't get, but it's what they're doing. And if you want to, again, like, actually subscribe and see it in the notifications page and higher on your homepage, then I would hit notifications. Again, it seems like some weird ploy to get you to watch my videos, but I'm hoping you want to see my videos enough that that's, you know, not a ploy for you. That's something you'd hopefully like. So, yeah, that said, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll keep you up to date with any of the latest news, and that's why I'm so excited. But I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.